How we doing today? Today is December 16. So, as I've been saying in some of my videos recently, that December price action hasn't been bad at all. And actually on Notion, where I kind of track my, trading and all of that, this December chart, right? I have a spot here saying was PA price action, right? Was it any good? And I have it checked 72% of the time. It's not going to be checked today. That would bring us to 80% of the time. And as you can see here, we've only had 2 days so far in December that, in my opinion, price action wasn't very good. If we look at what happened on this day, and I think this might have been a mistake. No, this day, the 30-minute. Yeah, and price action wasn't good this day. If we take a look at the 5-minute, we did reach the data high, but if you notice, price action was very inefficient to get there. So that was one of the days, and the other day, in my opinion, that price action wasn't very good was here, and this was the only day I didn't journal. But there really wasn't anything to journal about, if I'm being honest. But yeah, that was another day that wasn't good. Every other day, right? The other day, Friday, I think price action was great. This is amazing price action. And then if we look at today, I mean, ES, this is a 5-point range sideways, right? Literally sideways for a long time. I mean, this has been 2 hours and 17 minutes of just bad price action. I mean, right here, we get something that resembles trading. We get a inversion right here. You have a nice stop loss. It actually runs good, just algorithmically. I don't trade the S. I don't think I like that trade, but it wasn't horrible, right? We reached down, swept out these lows here, swept out this low in a 15-minute imbalance. I think a 30-minute maybe 1 hour. Well, not really, but that was really all we had going on. If we look at NQ, this is where we're at coming to the morning, just in the 1 hour. We're at all-time highs, so it's not really favorable. This is just not favorable. Really, really annoying. And we have a contract change on Friday. I think the contract that we're currently on expires, so that could make the volume go down. It's the end of the year, end of the month. I did take a trade. I'm down $50. And the reason why this video is taking so long to come out and make is because, man, it's hard to end the day red. It really is. I took a trade, and there's been no opportunity since. I mean, I want to go in right now and just, go one contract and go in real quick. Just get, what do I need, 2.5 points, right? Let's just hypothetically, right, this next candle opens, we click the button, right? Next 15 seconds, let's just say we're going to go long. And let's see if we could get the 2.5 points, right? Let's see. Okay, next candle close. Let's see if we can get it here, right? Because this is what I want to do, right? Mentally, okay, boom, I'm in there. 2.5 points. Move that. Need 3 points realistically. 3 points right there. Kind of like a stop here. Let's see if we get it, right? Let's see if we would have got it. Like, a part of me wants to do that. Just go in and get things done. We go break even at this high, just in case, right? Just in case. So, okay, we'd be all right. Okay, boom, break even. My stop would be like right here. Okay, boom, we stopped at break even, right? Another close call. We wouldn't have got it. So let's just try again, right? We're going to keep faking it till we get it, right? We're going to go, we're not even going to go break even. We're just going to go long on this next candle. Boom. Right here. Long. 3 points. Need 3 points, right? Kind of just leave a stop there. Let's see if we get it, right? And that's what I want to do, right? Because what would happen right here if it just shoots up? Of course, it's just not going to, but for the sake of time or whatever, that's what I want to do. Right here, boom, it should come in, boom, and I would be even on the day. And it's so simple, but it's so dumb because it doesn't do anything for me. It's not going to help me, but I want to, because it's just like, it's very difficult to sit here and leave a day red. Leave a day red. It's really hard to just walk away on a red day. The trade I took was all the way early in the morning. We are all-time highs, so there's literally nothing to the left of me. And unfortunately, I was looking at the MNQ chart because when this was printing, I was like, okay, cool, MNQ. The actual NQ chart did not close below on this candle. As you can see, it had a little bit of room, had about half a point, but still it did not close below. Not saying that maybe I still would have taken it, but it did close below in the MNQ chart. Went short there. I mean, looking at it now, it's like, eh. I don't really care for the trade. But we took it, right? We took the trade, and we lost, right? We got stopped out. Our stop was just right above this high. I didn't really want to see it go anywhere. And I was going to go break even quick right here. Never got there. And then we never went lower since, so or like lower than here. So I don't like that. I'm not in love with the trade. But you know, honestly, when you get to these all-time highs, you start making, like, I just took a bad trade today, right? Not saying it could never work out, but you know, price action on a day like this, not really ideal. Also, that was before 9:45, so like we did have this news candle here. I mean, it didn't go crazy, but it definitely had some volatility. Could have waited for that. And then after that, if the rules for me, man, I pretty much broke my rule here, which is do never short on a day like this. But I didn't really know it was continue like this is early off open. If I would have waited and saw this, I would have realized, okay, don't short this. The only thing you could have done after that was maybe this inversion right there. You'd get in, take some off there, go break even. Let's see what you get there, like 20 points. Then you go break even, get another 50. So that would have been all right. But that's just kind of cherry picked. I don't really love that either. I don't love any of these trades here, if I'm being completely honest. All of these have been just working, right? All the inversions when you get that first little spool down, because we're kind of just trend trading, where if you kind of just look at it like this, we're kind of just bouncing off trend lines, right? We're just building up low resistance liquidity. So anytime we've been pulling, and I assume I don't trade any of the moving averages, but I'd assume moving averages are getting tapped, and they're just working, right? That's not my model. That's not how I trade. That's not what I look at. That's not what I care to look at. So for me, price action wasn't good. And people, whenever I say that, there's always these experts that say price action was amazing. You just don't read charts well. Well, maybe, right? But that doesn't matter because I read the charts a certain way. I look for certain things, and today it just didn't present itself. It is beyond frustrating to end the day red. But, you know, why would I sit here? And it's like I don't want to push the button because like I could easily just go in, right? I could, like I said, I could easily go in and then just do this. Let's go long right here. 2 points. We just need 2 points. Let's even get 4. Let's even get a little extra. Okay, we're up 2.5 points. Okay, we're up 3 points. Break even. Okay, boom. We just made $80. Now we're up 30 on the day. Just like that. I could literally do that. And low key, it's like, why don't I just do this for the one time? But it just doesn't it just don't matter, man. It just don't matter. This is not a day I need to be getting involved. But it's just so tempting, bro, to just get back to even, right? It's just that little thing on their shoulder, right? The good side that says, nah, just lock the account. And the other side that just says, you know, it's just 3 points, man. Just real quick, 3 points. You're going to get 3 points. You're going to get 3 points, then we just, you know, whatever. Wipe it under the rug. Don't worry about it. Come back the next day. And I want to do it, man. Everything in my body is just saying, hey, do that real quick. Make that money back. You know, again, we could have just got in on this candle, right? We get on this candle. And it's like, but you do it all the times until it doesn't work, right? Until it doesn't work. We want 3.5 points there. Let's see if we get it. You keep doing it, and then that one time it doesn't work, you lose $200, right? Right here, we have a stop right there. That's, you know, $100. Boom, we just hit take profit, right? We'd be even again, pretty much. Because we would have 3 points, right? So it's just like, man, do I just do it? And you know, but what does that really do for me? What does this $50 negative do for me? And more importantly, it's kind of like, you know, what is the reason that I can't end this day red? Why am I struggling to step away and just, you know, what's making me want to do that? Why is that $50 L such a big deal? Why is it so important that I end the day even? And I don't know, man. It's not like, even if I make that $50, right? I still have to make $750 to pass my account. You know what I mean? Like, even if I do that, I still have to take good trades. I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, get 750 today. I'm not passing my account today. I don't have to pass my account. I don't have to be even on the day. So there's nothing really besides my mind holding me back. It's the lack of discipline and self control holding me back, which is in fact why I'm going to lock this account. And it's frustrating, right? Boom. Okay. What if instead of locking my account, all I did instead was push the same one button? I pushed two buttons actually, and now I say, look, I'm gonna go along here. Just caught the top. I just need 3 points, 5 points. Just get $100, right? Let's get $100. Stop at this candle's low. Let's get $100. Or let's get 3 points. The same button I could have pushed, and we already hit it. We already would have hit it, but let's just say for the sake of argument, we need to hit that 4 points, right? The same way that we just pushed one button here, I could have pushed a button here. But just like the same way I locked my account, look, boom, even on the day, right? Even. We hit take profit. But, there's no merit to that. There's no skill to that. There's nothing to that. There's nothing to that. And it's just a habit that doesn't change anything, right? So what? We're even on the day now. 50 less bucks that we make. Cool. That's, if you take a trade with 5 micros, that's 5 points. Like, if I can't pass my account with red days, then I'm never gonna succeed trading because you're gonna have red days. And I've just struggled with accepting red days. I struggle to take red days. I struggle to be able to end the day red because it's just like, why would I stop here when I can just, like I've showed you guys, I could just get 4 points and 3 points or whatever and be even or whatever on the day. And then that's the thing that I have to go through with my mind. I'm getting better with it. I'm getting better with it each and every day. You guys just saw the discipline to lock it out. It's annoying that I even have to reason with myself because it's just such a pointless idea, right? Boom, let's say we're long here, right? Let's see if we get it again. And it's like I can do it over and over my head. I can see it, and it's like, man, I just did that like 10 times in a row. Let me just do it. And then the one time you try and push that button, I promise you, it's a sick game, man. This is a sick game. The amount of times I've just been like, yo, I'm gonna do it. Man, okay, I didn't do it. Worked. Didn't do it. Worked. And then when I push that button, I try and get lucky. I try and roll the dice. It comes crashing down on you, right? It's how it goes, man. It literally, it's bad, bro. It's bad. So, because then it's like you take one little stop out right now. Boom. Okay, now you're down 2 points. Right, that's $40. Now you're down almost $100. In a second. Or if you take a 5 point, let's just have like a 5 point stop on this thing, right? We're just in this trade. Boom. Now we just lost $100. Just trying to make back 50, and now you're down 150. So it's like, oh crap, I'll go long now. Now I need to make, now you need to make 10 points, or you need to make 7.5 points instead. And you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go long again. And now you're at break even. And then, you're at break even now because whatever. Now you start to break even. You're still trying to do the same thing. Okay, I'm going to go long again. Boom. And I don't know why I'm doing this because I locked my account. But that's a real insight into what happens on these days where I have 100,000 trades and I just either make it back or don't make it back, right? And it's just the inability to end a day where this balance is a red box, right? Where regardless how much. And I need to figure out how to better overcome that. I can't just, it can't even be a thought. It can't even be a reason. And I think the only reason it's a possibility is just because I've let myself get away with it before. It's helped me before. It's definitely hurt me before. But it's just like a false. It's like just a fallacy, right? It's a gamblish fallacy of like, just make it back real quick, And once I can sit on red days, I just have to trust that, honestly, a bigger reason why I don't want to sit on today red, because I don't know when we're going to get good price action. This could be it for the year, right? I don't know. I'm not saying it will be, but the contract changes at the end of the month, at the end of the week, right? We have Christmas next week before Christmas, week before New Year's, last month of the year. It could be a while, and I know it could be a while, right? So I know it could be a while before we get good price action. And I'm sitting here looking at a $50 loss, which isn't the end of the world, but I don't know when I can make it back. I don't know when we're going to get a good setup that I'm comfortable taking. I don't like taking time not taking trades because it feels like I'm not doing something or I'm not getting better or I'm missing something. So there's a lot of emotional hurdles that I had to navigate, and part of me that didn't want to stop today or didn't want to look away was just that idea of I don't know when my next trade's going to be, right? That's kind of the hard part with trading is you don't know. It's kind of like, you know, when you don't know where your next meal, so to speak, is coming from, it's going to make you a lot more stressed, right? But if you have food tomorrow, the next day, whatever, you can afford the food, right? You're not going to have that type of stress that the people that don't know where their next meal is going to come from have. And that's kind of how it is in trading, right? When you trade, you don't know where your next meal, so to speak. You don't know when your next step's going to come. You don't know if your next step's going to work. You don't know how many trades in a row you're going to lose. You don't know how many you're going to win. So you feel like the only thing you can control is if you start just getting in, getting out. If your setup's not there, let me just try and make this real quick. Since you have control over that, you have the power over, you might blow up in your face, but at least you controlled that. And I think it all comes down, for me, comes down to control, comes down to FOMO, it comes down to eagerness, over eagerness. It comes down to a lot of things that can just be really avoided, but it all stems from me trying to control the outcome of something. I move my stop to break even because I'm trying to control the outcome of the trade. I know, okay, boom, I can't lose. Boom, check that box. I can control that. We're up. I don't want to give this up on a loss. I'd rather, if I can control not losing, I'm not going to lose, right? That's just kind of how I am. I have to rewire myself. If I can control it and take another trade without my setup, if I don't have to wait for my setup and I can get in whenever, I can control that. I can control if we get into another opportunity, to try and make that money back. Because if I wait for my textbook setup, that might not come today. That might not come tomorrow. That might not come this week. It might not come for the rest of the month. And since I know that, I know I can't control it. I don't know if it will or won't come. I tell myself, what do I do, man? What do I do? Let me just risk it, and then we're even. We don't have to worry about making this back. In reality, I don't have to make anything back. I just have to wait for my setup, and we're cool, right? Yes, my trade today wasn't amazing, but what did I do well? I recognized that there was no amazing setups after that, and I just cut my losses. And it's a small loss, right? I'm not tripping about the $40. It's more about what it means. It's more about the progress towards passing. So yeah, this wasn't the greatest trade ever. This is not a textbook short or whatever. Definitely a little bit just, let me just get in, press a button here. Maybe we can get down to these lows and maybe get down to these lows, and maybe we just run all the way back down to the new week gap, and then and we have a little big day out of nothing here. When we weren't expecting anything, we can chip away at our target, and that's just But whatever, cool. I made a mistake. I took a bad trade, whatever you want to call it. And then we bounce into the next trade and we say, look, okay, cool, we just did that. Now we got, another opportunity looking at us. But when we don't have another opportunity through the day, you just start getting antsy. It's like, I kind of want to get in on something. I really like that number that my account was at before today started. 2,250, right? That was nice. Now I'm at 2,196. It just feels bad, right? It's just a mental thing that doesn't matter, but you put a lot of weight on the numbers. So I got to get better at that. I am getting better, but it still has so much work to do. And I really need to understand why I have such a lack of patience, right? Cool, $50, whatever loss. Anything under 100 is a small loss, right? $200 like what a good size loss should be. I really shouldn't take more than a $200 loss on one trade, but regardless, 50. So we lost a quarter of like what a good size loss would be for me. Cool. Who cares, right? But why do I have this sense of, oh my gosh? Because I have this fear of, everyone always talks about December price action is bad. Honestly, this is the first day, maybe second time. This is the first time for where me has looked at the chart and said, man, this price action wasn't good. Not, I didn't really have a good read on price. No, this price action just isn't good. It just isn't good. There's no volume. There's no movement. It's one-sided. It's just all-time highs. It is a Monday. This price action ain't good, right? Let's just be honest. You can find trades. If you trade a different strategy, I'm not saying you can't take a trade. I'm not saying it didn't fit your model. I'm saying price action wasn't good, and especially not for me. So when people always say, a lot of times I try and leave preconceived biases out when I come into the market. And what I mean by that is a lot of times people say, no news Monday. And a lot of times I'll come into no news Monday. Yeah, it's not that good. Or a Friday with no news, or whatever. Friday after big week. And I've just built up this fear after trading these Fridays and Mondays. And when I take a trade, I'm not really confident. Oh my gosh, it's no news Monday, and you don't have as much confidence because you let these preconceived ideas from other people, which might be valid, but you come in and you're like, well, it's a no news Monday. I don't really expect expectations, right? You set expectations on the market in a place that you don't allow expectations to be a factor, right? So you set these expectations, you come in, and it kind of determines your trading. So I've come into December with every single one and person and their mom saying December price action's trash. And I was like, yeah, honestly, last year I remember December price action being utterly garbage, and it was like, whoa. But you come into the month and you're saying, well, I don't want to not trade this month. That's a whole month, 30 days, 31 days of not trading. Like, miss me with that. And honestly, the first week or 2 weeks, whatever we've had, has been decent, right? 2 weeks, I think. Like I said, like I showed you guys in the chart review right here. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 11 days. Good price action, in my opinion. I'll trade that, right? So if I came into with the bias of, oh my gosh, price action is going to be bad, December's going to be trash, I would have missed out on 11 good days, right, where I came in with a bad idea. When I see this price action today, it's like, okay, now I see it, right? This ain't going to look good. If we keep up like this, I don't want to be a part of it. But having to admit that and having to say, look, I might not trade for a week. I might not trade for 2 weeks. It might be 3 weeks before price action cleans up. That's hard to do when your only goal is to become profitable. When my only, thing I'm looking for with my trading is to keep getting better, like pass my funded account, right? Because that's the next step, is passing the account, building up accounts, building up funding, right? That's how it goes, right? If you want to do this. But, what do the professional traders do? They say, look, my opportunities aren't here. Price action isn't very good right now. I'm done. I'm done for the year. Taking a little break. You go on a little vacation, right? See some family. I don't feel like I'm allowed to do that, right? I don't feel like I'm allowed a break. I don't feel like I'm allowed time from trading because it's like, cool. This guy can do it because he made 100 grand this year trading. He made 500 grand trading or whatever he did. Cool. You can take your time off. You know what you're doing. You're confident in your system. You follow your rules. You stay disciplined. But I'm looking at myself. I'm saying, okay, I'm a year in. I've not passed my account yet. I haven't got a payout. I don't make any money trading. I don't stick to my rules all the time. I overtrade sometimes. I overleverage. I revenge trade. I take bad setups. I'm not confident in my setups. I don't hold my trades the right way. I'm looking at all these mistakes. I'm saying, okay, I'm not taking 2 weeks off. I'm not taking a week off to, whatever, because price action. It's like, no, I want to get better. I want to follow my rules. I want to hold my trades better. I want to take a great trade. I want to take a banger trade. I want to get that good trade under my belt. I want to get this confidence flowing. And honestly, a lot of times that confidence is going to come when you're able to step away on a day like this, because there's nothing for me to do, right? There's nothing for me to do here. But because I'm looking at myself as imperfect, as not profitable, as all these different things, I need to start looking at myself as a profitable trader so that I can say, look, there's no conditions here that I'm going to trade. This is not me. This is not for me. I'm going to wait for my turn, right, when the market's going to be good. But because it's like I want to prove to myself, I want to prove that I can take good trades. I want to prove that I can take profits. I want to prove that I can hold my runners. I want to prove that I can take good setups, that I can avoid bad setups. I want to prove all these things to myself so I can finally feel like I'm making progress. So when I'm looking at, I really, honestly, I'm starting to anticipate bad price action. And that's frustrating because it's like, okay, so what can I do? If I can't trade this week, well, I'm not any closer to where I want to be. If I can't trade next week, I'm not any closer to where I want to be. And that haunts my brain. It makes it hard for me to say, look, do the right thing. Don't trade this. Wait for your setup. And we don't have it right now. So I can't do nothing about it, which is how it's going to have to be. But that's what's frustrating. That's the honest thoughts for me, is the frustration. I'm not going to write off tomorrow. I'm going to show up, look, I'm going to be a lot more cautious. Okay, is this a good setup? Do we have good market structure for this? Right? Does this make sense? And that's going to be the game plan the rest of the week, rest of the year. But yeah, thinking about not trading, thinking about no good opportunities rather, is annoying and frustrating. And I just hope that there is opportunities, obviously, because it's just like, you want to get to that next step, right? It's like if I was making a lot of money a month trading and I had all my accounts, I had 20 funded accounts across different prop firms I could leverage and whatever, then I would be cool. Okay, I'm going to trade really low size. I'm not even going to trade whatever. I'll trade only a few of these accounts. And you're making your bread, you're doing whatever. But I'm not there where I want to be, and I know I can be. So it's like, okay, cool. I want to go grab this goal. I want to get this goal. I want to get that goal. I want to be here. And it's just that dissatisfaction of where you're at, because it's like, cool, man. I've been putting in time. I've been learning how to read the charts. I've been learning how to do all this stuff. And it's like, I want my reward, man. I want to make my money. I want to do it, right? I want to do it. I don't want to just be sitting here learning right now. I don't like, I mean, I don't want to sit here trying to improve and get better. Like, I want to do those things, but I want to have results with them. I want to be, getting payouts with that. I want to be getting another funded. I want to be copy trading. I want to be doing all these things that I see everyone else doing, not because everyone else is doing it, but because I put in work towards it, right? I don't just look at other people and say, oh, I need that. I deserve that, right? No, I look and say, look, I want to do that. I've been working really hard. I've been putting in a lot of effort. I know I've been putting in a lot of effort. I know I've been putting in a lot of work. I deserve to get there eventually, and whatever timing that may be. And that is frustrating, right? Because I'm not a person that will ever say, look, I deserve this, or I want this, or I should have this, right? There's very few things in my life that I deserve to have, right? The only things I deserve to have are the things I work hard for. I know I work hard for this. I know I put in the time, and I want that next step. I want that next step of, being on the funded account, getting a few funded accounts going, copy trading, taking payouts, right? I want to be on that next step. That's where I want to be, and I know I can be. So there's going to be an inherent frustration, right? Where there's a disconnect between where you want to be and where you think you should be, and where you think you can be or where you want to be, right? And there's just a disconnect right now, and I have to just be like, look. And right now it feels like I'm where I want to be, right? My account's close to being passed. Like, I just gotta keep taking good trades, keep being good, keep being disciplined. I just gotta really. It's like but I still make too many mistakes. I still have too many bad desires. I still have too many impulsive nature, right? But it's like, okay, I'm getting better at reading the charts. I need to be more confident when I get in that A+ setup, right? I need to take my trade. I need to avoid all the paper cuts on the bad trades, right? There's just a lot of things I gotta do better on, but in my head, it's like, okay, but cool, okay, cool, I can do that. But I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it to the level I need to be doing it. Otherwise, we'd be seeing the results I'd already want to see, right? If I was only taking A+ setups, then I would already pass my account, right? If I would hold my trades to take profit like I should, I would already pass my account, right? If I would not revenge trade, I would already pass my account. So there's a lot of these different things that go into it, that I know I can fix, that I know I'm better than, that I know I can overcome. So it's like, that's where the disconnect is. The disconnect is in those overtrading days. It is in those days where I take my trade with one micro and it's a great setup. There is those days where I don't hold my trade to my target. There is those days where I don't pull the trigger on a trade. There's those days where I go against my own analysis, right? There's too many of that, but I look at those as things I can fix, and it's like, cool, if I just patch this, and this, then I'm him, all right? I'm where I want to be. I'm who I want to be. So I know it's just a tweak here, a tweak there, but it's not happening right now, and it will, but it's not happening, and it's just like, I want it now. I want it tomorrow. I don't want to wait next week. I don't want to wait, you know, this next month, right? I want it now. I want to take a trade that gets me $700 tomorrow, and I want to pass my account. Or I want to take 2 trades, one tomorrow, one the next day, and I want to pass my account. And I'm going to pay for that funded. It's going to be the greatest $150 I've ever spent in my life. I'm going to be very excited. And, and we can just keep rolling. We just keep rolling. We keep doing better. It's going to feel like another evolution, another step. It's going to feel like, it's going to feel like another milestone in my trading. It's going to feel like a great milestone because I worked really hard to get there. It's taken me a lot longer than a lot of people. But I think I'm going to outlast a lot of people in this game. I think I'm going to actually make money from trading, unlike a lot of people that might have payouts, right? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it long term. I'm going to make money from this. I have no doubt in my mind. So I don't care. It's not a race for me. But it is, the longer it goes on, the longer it's like, okay, cool, when's my turn? When am I going to do it? And it does. It's like, I mean, if I look back a year ago and I thought I wouldn't have passed the count by now, it would terrify me. And sometimes that weighs on you. It's like, oh my gosh, I haven't passed the count. I haven't made a payout yet. Because it's like in your head, it's like, I probably won't, be consistently profitable in a year, but it's like, well, I'll probably get some payouts. I haven't seen any of that success. I haven't seen any of that. And it's like, so who am I to have this confidence I'm going to be some great trader, right? It's not a competition with other people by any means, but I'm just like, look, I see some people and it's like, I'm gonna work harder than them. I'm gonna keep going longer than them. They might make some money, right? They might they might hit a few trades, pass a few counts, get some payouts, blow them, get another one, blow them, whatever. They might be doing that, having fun. Guess what, buddy? You're at the casino, right? You're at the casino, right? You're at the casino. Not saying that that's everyone. I'm just saying, like, if you're someone that just passes the account because you got 2 or 3 winning trades in a row, you kind of like a kind of BS strategy that you don't really understand what's going on, but you kind of just take a trade and, because of whatever, you get a liquidity sweep in a whatever breakage structure and you just go long, and then cool, it works a few times, and you're trading two mini contracts, and you have the ability to just not care about losing, and you just kind of hold your trade forever, and you hit 2 days in a row where you hit $1,000, 3 days, and you pass your count, and you do that a few times, and you get a payout, but then you don't understand why it doesn't work long term. Those are the people that have better results than me currently, but those are not going to be people that outlast me in this, because I know what I'm doing. I'm building myself for longevity. I'm building myself for an actual career, and I'm building my mind to really do it, man, to really, really do it. So it might take longer. So when you're laying a bigger and better foundation, it takes longer. It takes a lot more care. Because I see too many people, man. I see a lot of people come in, and it's like, yeah, they might have some results, but it's like, be careful, bro. Like, be careful. I'm not saying, I don't wish anyone on not having success. I want everyone to succeed, but sometimes I see people, and it's like, time is a big thing, man. The longer you're in the trading space, the easier it is to see through things, right? I'll hear people tell me stuff in the comments about their journey, and all I can say basically is just like, be careful, man. Like, be careful. I'll get a lot of people say, hey, man, I've been trading for 2 months. I'm already consistently profitable, and I'm like, I don't doubt that you've got payouts. I don't doubt that you've made some money, but be careful, man. Like, 2 months consistently, like, unless you're just a genius and you're the fastest learner ever, like, you can't be profitable in 2 months. You just can't. Like, you can, but you can't. And I just see a lot of that. I see a lot of that, and I see a lot of traders come up. I saw this kid the other day on Instagram or TikTok. He just copies like PB trading, like skits and stuff, and it's like, and this kid, it's like, he's already has a Discord. I don't know if he sells anything, so I don't want to say he's selling things, but he already has a Discord, and he already is, he's clearly trying to become an influencer in the trading space, which is cool. But then I see him in like another guy's, like the guy Thomas that talks about how day trading is not real, how it's a scam, all of this stuff. And he's in his comments. He's like, do a review on this guy, please. And it's like, clearly somebody he probably learned from. He's like, is this guy legit? Like, I've been watching him for a little bit. He trades live, like, blah, blah. And it's like, so this dude that's trying to, like, put on a front that he's profitable and that he's making money and that he gets payouts and all this stuff, he's, like, asking about certain people if they're real profitable traders don't ask other people about if someone's profitable. And, like, I've been watching this guy for a little bit. Do you think he's profitable? They don't care because they've either learn from him and it works or it doesn't work. So it's just kind of like, there's just a lot of ego in the space of trading that's going to holds me back. There's a lot of that where it's just like, there's a lot of people that probably come into trading and are like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to. A lot of people can't come into this and fail for a year or 2 years or 3 years. It just can't happen because, if they fail at trading, they say, trading just wasn't for me, and they go on to something else to do business. Cool. Those people are going to do well, right? If you have a big ego, you're going to do well in business. You're going to do well in different things because you have an ego that's not going to let you fail, right? But in trading, your ego can a lot of times be your worst nightmare because a lot of times that ego is going to get you in trouble. It's going to say, hey, I'm too good for this, right? Let's just bend this rule. Let's just not do this, right? I'm too good for this. I'm too good for my current situation, right? I'm too good to not be passing for hundreds. Let me just take this trade with 4 or 5 contracts and just get a quick pass, right? Your ego is going to get you in a lot of trouble in this game and in life, but sometimes it's not bad. It's not bad. A good ego is like, cool, I'm going to keep working. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this. It's a bad ego when you say, I can't not do this, in the sense of like I can't not be profitable right now. I'm gonna be profitable because you just start forcing things, you start doing the wrong things, and it definitely slows you down. So rambling because today was a good learning day. How to end the day red, but definitely a lot of stuff I need to do more work on, which is figuring out why being red so hard for me. And now, I mean, I'm really at a point where, a lot of 95% sure it's mental errors that are keep me from being consistently profitable. 95%. Maybe there's some technical stuff that I need to get better on, but 95%, I'm sure that if I could just tune up my mental, I'd be passing accounts, getting some payouts, right? Can't tell you how much I'll make, whatever, but I know I'm very, 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 very confident it's all mental right now. Which is why I do believe people can become profitable quick, but sub 6 months, you don't even really have enough time trading different conditions or consistency, right? Like, I don't know. I hate trying to be a naysayer, but when I'll get comments, it's like I've been trading for a month and I've already been getting payouts. It's like, or like 2 months or 3 months. It's like, I guess, man. Like, I guess. And maybe they just have a different mental capacity, right? I don't have a good mental capacity for taking losses or losing money. So I don't go into a funded account saying, oh, it's only $50. Let me go in with 3 contracts on this trade. Let me just not put in a stop loss, and this might take profit. Either hits or doesn't hit. So maybe there's people that are better suited for it than me early game, right? Which is taking more ballsy trades, letting them play out. Because a lot of my errors are mental, right? I think trading is relatively simple in terms of reading the chart and stuff, but a lot of it's just discipline and fear, right? You get fearful when you get into a trade or not in a trade, and you have a lack of discipline and waiting for that trade. So, maybe I am. Maybe I should already be profitable. Maybe it doesn't take as long as I think it does, because I'm holding myself back. So, hold myself back, learning how to take red days, kind of a lesson from today. Big ramble session, but I appreciate all you guys. I think today, what I was talking about hits very close, or hits home for me, right? Because that's talking about what I go through, what I experience, how I view things. Maybe nothing I said made any sense to you guys, made any sense. Maybe it wasn't relevant to you guys. Cool, right? That's my opinion. Learn to understand that people have different opinions. Maybe you are someone that is actually genuinely profitable after 3 months. I'm not saying you're a liar, right? I'm not. And maybe you are, and great. That's great, right? So just remember, when you hear someone say something online, to take it with a grain of salt, right? Take advice, learn things, whatever, but take everything as a grain of, what's it? What is it? Grain of water, rice, grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. I think whatever. I literally just said it sounded right, and then whatever. Take everything very, very on the chin. Understand, everyone's gonna have an opinion. Everyone's not gonna be right. Everyone's not gonna be wrong. And yeah, don't let your ego mess you up. Learn how to take red days. That's my lesson for me. But don't want to keep rambling. Not excited for this week, but gonna keep an open mind. We're gonna see what happens tomorrow, and you guys will see the update. So I appreciate all you guys. Make sure to subscribe if you made it this far, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.